Hi, my name is Shannon Gill Burnett, and I'm a 4-time published author, or I will be by the end of this year. And I'm so truly blessed and thankful. It's been a dream of mine for a long time. Being a fictional writer, I understand the importance of having a disclaimer. So we're going to start right here with that. And I'm putting a big disclaimer across this episode stating I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert in the field. I'm just somebody who wants to share some information about my 10 years in wellness business back in the 2000s. So, for 10 years, I had a wellness center in Loudoun County where I worked with people that had serious health issues. That ran the gamut from hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, clinical obesity, lupus, fibromyalgia, and yes, the big fish in the pond, cancer. I like to consider my wellness center what I called the green light zone. So when somebody came to see me, they'd already been cleared through their doctor, we'd had those conversations, they'd signed all the waivers, and we were good to go. It turned out that for many years while I was in business, I worked with cancer patients. That seemed to be who was coming through my door and who really needed my help. I was completely educated, completely licensed, and completely insured to work with people with cancer. Their cancer and their diagnosis was not my business. What was my business was the prevention, application, and eradication of their disease, and the complete and clear understanding of the chemo agents they were on. It was my responsibility to understand what chemo they were taking. So whether it was metal-based, platinum-based, if it was gas-derived, if it was arsenic, any of it, I had to understand the repercussions and side effects so that I could work around it. And what I found with treating cancer patients for many, many years and working with them intimately with their best interests and well-being at heart, working hand in hand with their oncologists, doctors, and family members was the same thing every time. And their prescription was the same thing every time, and that was aerobic exercise. The beauty about aerobic exercise, whether it's submaximal or maximal, dealt with 4 things at the cellular level. And that was telomeres, reverse transcription, lymph detoxification, and cellular senescence. And as we go through and we get to know one another better, it's my absolute goal and mission to make this information as clear and transparent and as attainable as I possibly can. Telomeres being the end cap of the DNA strand. It's directly affected by aerobic exercise. Reverse transcription, which is the RNA, in some cases can rewrite the DNA and implement that pattern. That is directly affected by aerobic exercise. It's almost, think about it as if you're starting from scratch with your DNA. Lymph detoxification is movement, aerobic exercise, through cardiac output, through CO2, through removing toxins from the bloodstream, as well as the lymph system. That's pretty simple. And then cellular senescence, all that great research that I studied that Dr. Leonard Hayflick and Dr. Moorhead did in the 60s regarding anti-aging and the telomere is the same thing with cellular senescence. They discovered that a cell could only replicate and divide 50 times before cell death occurred. What cellular senescence is when that cell doesn't make it to 50. Let's say they make it to 20, or they make it to 30. What happens to that cell? Well, I'll tell you. It still remains metabolic in your system, so it's alive. It's just sitting there in a stew pot of toxins. And once it's oxidized or fed by sugar, it will move through your system very quickly and mutate. It has the ability to mutate very quickly. Aerobic exercise removes senescent cells. Aerobic exercise lengthens, strengthens, puts back intact frayed pieces of your telomere, which carries forth in your DNA through mitosis. So look at a telomere as being the end cap of your shoelace. So if it's frayed, it's going to have problems. If it's intact, if it's long, if it's strong, if it's healthy, it's going to carry forth a healthy pattern of DNA cells, the building blocks of your life. And then, of course, we talk about reverse transcription, being your RNA is able, in some cases, to create new DNA and set forth a whole new blueprint that will carry forward into your body. And aerobic exercise strengthens that ability. So as we get to know each other better, I'm going to take each show as a segment. It'll be nutrition, it could be hypertension, diabetes, clinical obesity, and of course cancer. And we're going to talk more about aerobic exercise, clinical nutrition, and supplemental therapies. And maybe some Reiki, because mind over matter is the first and foremost thing you have to get right in order to transform, treat disease, and change your life. Again, my name's Shannon Gill Burnett. As we get to know each other, and if you tune into my channel, I really hope to get to know you. God bless you and have a good day.